Welcome to Jungle Vibes. This is the podcast for creative entrepreneurs who dare to dream big. Jungle means connecting, and that's exactly what we do. I'm your host, Santini. Let's go! Welcome to Jungle Vibes, the podcast for creative entrepreneurs. I got so much to share. January is a very, how do I say it? It's just a crazy month. And because, there are a lot of things happening in the world, there were some crazy things happening in terms of, in LA, there were fires there. I was reaching out to my friends in LA as well to know if they're fine because I've lived there. And also this whole TikTok ban. And creative entrepreneurs, social media is so important for us to keep our business going, to keep growing, to showcase our work, whether you are a marketeer yourself, whether you are writing books, whether you're a singer, a rapper, a beat maker, producer, DJ, whether you are making bags or shoes or in fashion, whatever you do as a creative entrepreneur, you need social media. And not even creative entrepreneurs only, all types of entrepreneurs. Like, everyone needs to be creative these days because marketing and content, it's about creating. That's why it's called creating content creation. So it's all about creativity because creativity binds people. Storytelling helps you capture what your audience, and capture the thing that you do for your audience so that, they can become followers, part of your community, customers, whatever, But everyone needs to be a creative entrepreneur these days. So to see all those things happen and livelihoods being taken away from millions of people who use TikTok Shop in America to sell their, whatever they need to sell their services and products. We in Europe, I'm from the Netherlands. We don't have TikTok Shop here yet. It's not approved yet here, or I don't know when it's gonna come. I have no idea. I think it's only in 2 European countries. I think only in the UK and maybe Spain or something. I don't know. Anyway, we don't have TikTok Shop. So for us, it's different. And we also don't have a ban because, for us, it's already like our data is in your hands. If you're an American listening to this, the data is in the American hands anyway. So, because TikTok or like YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, it's all American owned anyway. So that's already different for us. And I think that people don't really realize that, because Americans are like, yeah, we want to keep control. And I know there are political reasons behind it and everything. But the funny thing is that in the wake of the TikTok ban, so many Americans fled to this new app, Zhangongzhu or Rednote. And Rednote is a social media app in China, and it's really in Chinese and Mandarin. So even when you download it, it's #1 now on the App Store. Even when you download it, it's like in Mandarin, and you have to navigate and find your way. And it's so amazing. The Chinese people on the app have been so welcoming because they are just open to learn and to see who we are and stuff. And then on the other side, there are Chinese people who have lived abroad, especially in America, who are like, go back to your country or go back to your app, because they have had a whole lot of racism, racist experiences. So I do understand the Chinese people who live abroad, that they want to retaliate in the same way that Americans have been doing to them. But it's not about that. Like the app itself, the Chinese people are super friendly, and it's just amazing to connect with another part of the world. The algorithm is amazing. My followers grew in 1 day to 300 followers. I'm now 4 days on the app. I'm creating content. I'm using CapCut to make my subtitles in English and Mandarin. Like, it pushed me also to really do that, because I always wanted to create bilingual content, but now I'm doing it with English and Mandarin. But I'll also do it more with Dutch and English, because I also speak Dutch. Ik spreek gewoon Nederlands. But yeah, with this podcast, English is, is more universal and you reach a lot of people. So, Rednote, if you are a content creator, creative entrepreneur, and you want to also grow your following in the eastern part of the world, I would definitely look into it and see for yourself what it's like. There is a small group of pioneers of Dutch people on the app right now. I'm one of them. Dutch Surinamese also. I think maybe I'm the only Surinamese there. I don't know yet. But as Surinamese, we grew up with a lot of Chinese people and in our culture, because there's a lot of Chinese people in Suriname as well. So, but it's different, of course, to talk to people who live in China and have, in this day and age. So yeah, it's interesting. It's funny to see how social media is developing and how advanced their algorithms are, and how behind actually the West is, because they are constantly cutting competition. What I saw in another video is that America's constantly cutting competition, banning apps and those things, and that stops you actually from innovating. It stops you from getting ahead. So it's really important to actually have competition and to make you better. So again, Rednote, if you haven't downloaded it yet, just check it out. If you don't like it, delete it again. They have your data anyway if you order on Shein or AliExpress or whatever. So, and most of us do. I have a skincare company. Have been busy with that for a while, but it was a bit in the background. And now I'm going more on the forefront with it. Senti Skincare. And I mean, my jars come from, my containers, they come from China. I mean, it is what it is. And so we're already doing a lot of business with China, and maybe it's also time to get to know the culture and get to know more of it. And I would love to visit China one day, and let's see. But again, content creators, be first movers, because first mover advantage really, really, really works. See you on the next episode.